Here we are back. Charlie and Terry Talks, sort of epilogue of our Lizzie Borden discussion.
Yes.
One of the things that we were talking about at the end was why the story of Lizzie Borden has lasted so long and become sort of like a cultural thing that's embedded, because you sort of hear about Lizzie Borden, I guess, in the story by osmosis, right?
Right.
And it kind of, and it's been, 130 years now, I guess. And you mentioned a song, the Chad Mitchell Trio, was
Yes.
way back in the 1960s or something
Right.
like
And
that.
it was actually a song from a Broadway review. I think it was the Broadway review of 1952, and the Chad Mitchell Trio adapted it and recorded it.
So my question is, like, why is it, with all the carnage we have these days, how come Lizzie Borden has persisted as a story? Why culturally, why did we fasten on to that?
Well, she was acquitted, but not exonerated.
Yeah.
And I think there's still a mystery about it. And
Well,
also
a lot of speculation, I guess,
Yes.
about who really did it, but
Exactly.
I don't think there should be much of a question.
Yeah.
And personally, but the I guess back in the time, to have a young woman who was very religious, as you mentioned before, all of a sudden to create or commit such a brutal crime, that was sort of, maybe in people's minds, it was not exactly thinkable, right? They wanted to have some other reason, and with the sloppy case and lack of evidence and things like that, they were able to acquit her in the trial.
Yeah, it just wasn't convincing enough beyond a reasonable doubt, and there was enough holes certainly in the investigation, and the witnesses also kind of changed their story somewhat at the trial, from the inquest to the trial. So you have that also. So it as an attorney, I would say, there was a reasonable doubt there, and that's what the jury said. And as I said before, there was an axe murder in Fall River that took place about 4 days before the trial began.
Well, maybe that's where she got the idea.
No. This is the axe murder was after the Lizzie Borden. The Borden murder.
Oh,
the axe murder took place 4 days before the trial began.
Ah, okay.
So it was in the minds of the jurors.
Okay.
It couldn't be mentioned because it was extraneous evidence, and it was not admissible.
The idea that it would have been somebody else because there was another murder after. Was Lizzie Borden in jail between the time she was arrested and the trial?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think she was.
So, but the question still, why we still have the fascination with something like that as a morbid event?
Because women weren't supposed to commit murder.
Yeah,
and I think that's one
brutal ones, right?
Right, especially really bad ones.
Yeah.
There was rumors that there was actually a lesbian affair between Lizzie and Bridget Sullivan, but that was never proved.
Well, somebody probably started that.
Somebody.
Well, she was 32 years old too. I mean, she was sort of past her prime, I guess, so to speak.
She was considered a spinster.
And I don't know what impact that would have had, but social judgments at the time would have been quite a bit different than what we have today.
Yeah, also, Bridget Sullivan changed her story a little bit from time to time, from the police interview to the inquest to the trial. Yeah. So that's why people speculated that she was trying to protect her. But there was also a lot of other speculation. There was speculation. Andrew Borden was not a nice man, and being in business, people were jealous of him. People came across him, felt that they had either been cheated by him or something like that. So he was not a popular man in the town, or at least people who knew him.
Yeah. Well, that might have something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Lizzie bought a nice big house in a richier neighborhood with her inheritance that she got. So she didn't move really move out of town. She stayed in town.
Yes, she stayed
And
in
maybe
town.
to thumb her nose at everybody or something. But
Yeah,
and-
everybody. Yeah, and I'm sure that there was a lot of speculation and people
Yeah.
were talking, but she stayed in town. She moved to the hill region of Fall River, which was, as you said, a ritzier section. She had a falling out with her sister. Evidently, sometime shortly after that, maybe a few
well,
years
they were
after
living.
that.
They moved to the fancy house together.
Yes,
right? And they lived,
yeah.
They
And
lived
then-
together for a while.
And then Emma stormed out after a big argument, and they never saw each other again. Lizzie Borden died in 1927. Emma, I understand, died a few days later, very shortly after, and they're both buried together next to each other in the Borden plot in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Oh, well, I guess that's a fitting ending, right?
Right.
I suppose. Anyway, so it's kind of a cultural mystery to me as to how things like that stay in the culture as something that people remember, talk about, discuss, and speculate on.
There was a TV program that probably in 1992, I think it was like a 100th year anniversary, and they explored it with modern forensic techniques, and they concluded that Lizzie probably did it. But as the song goes, some say she did it, some say she didn't do it, some say of course she did, but you'll never know.
Well, we will never know for sure, and that's all. I guess that's part of the charm, so to speak, is you can have your own opinion. Anyway, that's our little follow-up discussion, and I guess we'll make this a part 2 so people can choose how much punishment they want to subject themselves to.
And
anyway,
what do you think? Do you think Lizzie did it?
Study up on Lizzie Borden and come to your own conclusion. Nice entertainment.
Yes, I don't know about entertaining.
Yeah, right.
Again,
axe murderers entertain. Well,
yes.
Some of the things you see on TV get pretty gory.
Yeah,
I don't
really.
even like to watch those myself.
No, I don't like watching gory TV.
I guess it's the sign of the times. Anyhow, that's it, and we'll see you in the next episode.